All right, so let's talk a little bit about the welterweight division at the UFC, the 170-pound division. So now we know we have a new champion in Leon Edward. He has already defended the belt once. He took the belt from Kamaru Usman via a head kick knockout and just recently defended it in a rematch against Kamaru Usman again. So now we have Kamaru Usman out there, no longer the champion, just a contender, and we have all those other guys out there believing that they deserve a title shot. Now there's one piece we can look at, is the next title defense of Leon Edward, and that will be against Colby Covington. I'm saying this because that's what Dana White said. He's the boss, and usually what the UFC wants to do, that's what they're gonna do. This is not boxing. They wanted Colby Covington to have the next title shot. That's something that Dana White said since the end of the fight between Leon Edward and Kamaru Usman. He said it, and he has not changed his mind since. Every time he has been asked that question, he maintained the same answer, that Colby Covington is next. When that was announced, not announced, but when Dana White mentioned that, I personally made a video to express my concern, to express my opinion. I didn't believe that Colby Covington deserved a title shot. And when I say deserve, it's a word that I need to put in quotation. Now, Colby Covington always deserves a title shot. He fought twice for the title against Kamaru Usman. Both times they were very competitive fights, but he lost both times. So does he deserve a title shot? Yes, he does. I mean, he's good enough, right? He's good enough. He is good enough. He is well ranked enough he's skilled enough to have a title shot. But now he had two opportunities. We need to look at other guys, because everybody in the division there, everybody has the same goal, right? Everybody has the same goal. They want to get to the title. They want an opportunity to fight for the belt. And that's where I was coming from. So, and also I didn't think that Colby Covington was out there performing often enough. I felt like he picked and chose opponents he wanted, and he had very few and far between fights, and then fight for the title every time. Now I made that video. I spoke my piece, but obviously Dana White is not going to change his mind, and I trust the UFC. You know, I mean, they always put great fights together, so there is no reason to doubt or to question what they want to do. And again, Colby Covington is a good fighter, and he is also someone who could bring a lot of eyes to the fight. He's a very controversial guy, so whether people go to see him get beat or whether you go to see him win, but people are gonna tune in to watch his fight. So we know that for sure. So it's gonna be it's a fight that the UFC know they can easily promote. So I understand, and that's done. Now we have Gilbert Burns fought against Jorge Masvidal this past Saturday. There was some rumors out there that if Masvidal came out and performed very impressively against Gilbert Burns, he could have been next in line instead of Colby Covington for the belt. Actually, Masvidal said that on an interview with Joe Rogan, I believe. He said that himself. But we knew what happened. So Gilbert Burns won the fight, and Jorge Masvidal apparently, seemingly, may be retiring. Okay, so if and at the post-fight press conference, Gilbert Burns came out and said he wants to be the backup fighter for Leon Edwards and Colby Covington, and he wants to be next in line for the title. He said he was not gonna fight against the idea of Colby Covington being next in line for the title. He understands this is something that's pretty much done. He was not gonna fight against it, but he wants the next crack at the belt, and he is willing to be the backup fighter just to make sure that it happens. And when Dana White came on, at the post-up press conference, he pretty much agreed that would be the right thing to do. And then we have Bilal Muhammad. Bilal Muhammad, which is, another guy that I believe deserved a title shot. And he came out at UFC 287, was wearing a shirt with a picture of Colby Covington with a broken jaw, and he said he should be next for the title. But he said if he cannot get the next title shot, he wants to fight Kamaru Usman. The problem with that, and they asked Dana that question. So the question was pretty much, I'm paraphrasing here, somebody said, well, we heard there was rumor about a fight between, we were trying to book a fight between Rakhmonov and Bilal Muhammad, but he was just out here saying that he wants to fight Kamaru Usman. The way that White answered that question made me feel like there might have been some truth to the rumor about Rakhmonov versus Bilal Muhammad. And now, my question to you, do you agree that Gilbert Burns should be next in line for the title? And do you think that Bilal Muhammad should get the next crack at the belt? And also, do you think Bilal Muhammad should fight Rakhmonov, or should he fight Kamaru Usman? Now, with all that said, I want you to go to the comment section and share your comment with me after you watch this video. And please share the video and also subscribe to my channel. Now, before I read your comments and hear your opinions, I want to share mine with you. I believe that at this point, we should all get on board with the idea, okay, Colby Covington is next for the title. Okay, so that's what we're gonna get. Let's just work with that. And now, I agree with Gilbert Burns' desires to be the backup fighter. I think that's very smart of him to choose that path and to be next in line for the title. I don't see anything wrong with that at all. I mean, if Masvidal had won, he could have been next in line, and now he won. I don't see why not. And he's fought, a lot of good guys. He fought against Kamaru Usman, lost, but even before Kamaru Usman won, he actually dropped Kamaru Usman early on the fight, and then he had this war with Hamzat Chimaev. A lot of people, including myself, believe that he won. So I think he deserved the title, especially if he's going to be the backup fighter for the fight. Now, as far as Bilal Muhammad, I also agree with what Bilal Muhammad said last night at the post-up press conference. If I were him, I would definitely not fight Rakhmonov. He just did that. He just fought Sean Brady. I mean, what does he have to prove? I totally agree with him, because if he fight Rakhmonov, then they may say, well, you just can fight another top guy. So I totally agree with him, and I think that is a smart move for him as well to choose to fight Kamaru Usman. He's a former champion. I think it's a fight that can be significant for both guys. It's a time for Kamaru Usman to test himself out, to make sure whether he still got it or not. And also, if Bilal Muhammad beats him, then Bilal Muhammad can definitely claim that he's next for the title shot. They can deny him. So I think it's a good move. Now, there is a possibility that Kamaru Usman wants to kind of go back, dial back down a little bit, to just kind of rewind and restart, maybe fight somebody a little lower in the ranking. That's a possibility. Or he may want to take some time off to clear his mind before he comes back. So those are possibilities. And at that point, I think maybe the Bilal Muhammad would have no choice maybe to fight Rakhmonov or something like that. But other than that, if Kamaru Usman is up for the fight, I think that's the fight to make. If I were Bilal, that's what I would definitely gun for. So this is what I think. I wanted to share it with you, and I want you guys to share with me what you think. And I can't wait to read all your comments. And until I come back to you to talk to you again, peace out.